Hey everybody, welcome to day 4 of my I'm silly. Welcome to day 4 of my 14-day challenge, where today I'm going to be talking about pricing for merch by Amazon. And this is a question I get a lot from people. How do I price my shirts? Now, I'm going to be honest. When I first got into merch, I didn't have too much of a strategy. I just kind of started everything in $19.99. And then after it sold, and especially if it sold a lot, I would start inching the price up like $1 at a time. So I have some shirts out there that sell for as much as $24, and they are standard shirts. Now, this is not the norm for me, but it just really depends. So for me, this is when I tend to charge more. If it's a very unique idea that no one else has done, or if it's for someone where there's not a lot of shirts out there for that person. Because what I found is that if you design for these very obscure keywords or niches and there's not a lot of shirts out there, I think a lot of people are more willing to pay more for something if they can't find a shirt for their hobby or for whatever you're designing. And shirts that evoke emotion with people, a lot of times they're willing to pay a little bit more for that. That's just what I found. However, you still have to pay attention to competition. And this is something that I stopped doing, or that I did not do until 2018, late 2018. I had several shirts out there that were selling really well for over $20, and I started to notice that they were dropping off in sales. So I did a keyword search. Lo and behold, there were a lot of shirts out there that had basically used my similar design concept, and they were charging $2 to $3 less. So I bumped my shirt price down a couple of dollars, and then that shirt started picking up again. Now, this doesn't always work, but it is worth testing out, adjusting your prices here and there. And I know it kind of sucks because you're thinking, man, I got to charge less. But here's the deal, you guys. Neil Lasson of Merch Informer, he wrote this post in Chris Green's group. And he mentioned, and he has the proof, that the average price on merch is decreasing, which is not surprising because competition drives pricing down typically. But does that mean you should never charge, $21, $22 for a shirt? No, it depends on the situation. And one thing you have to know about merch or any kind of business, you should always be experimenting. Even though the average price is probably going down, I still sell shirts for over $20, but you constantly have to keep an eye on the competition, because quite honestly, if somebody comes out and they make a design very close to yours or the same concept, or they make one better than yours with the similar concept and charge less, many times they're going to start selling more than you. And there have been instances where I have lowered the price and I started selling more. And then there have been instances where I lowered it and it didn't make a difference. It's an ongoing experiment with merch. And this is why I hate it when people tell you, you have to charge this or you have to do this. No, the only thing you have to do is experiment. And this is the other thing. What works for me works for me. It's good to get advice from a lot of different people, a lot of different gurus or whatever you want to call them, but you have to understand that everybody is giving advice based on their experience and their keywords. So if I'm talking about a specific shirt that happens to be for a kid, that might not work for your shirt that's targeted to a man. So take these tips in, but realize you might see varying results. If I'm honest, I think some of you just follow too many people. And I'm not saying to stop following those people. I'm not saying to stop following me, but I'm just saying, keep in mind, people are giving advice based on what their experience is. It's okay to take that advice and go, okay, I'll try that, but realize your results might be a little different. I have a student in my course, and she posted in my group earlier this year. She had been in merch for 18 months and had no success. And finally, in November of last year, something clicked and she started selling. And she mentioned that she took my advice, but tailored it to her own needs. And that's exactly what you do. It's okay to follow people. It's okay to buy courses, but understand that those courses, this advice, these are guides. At the end of the day, you have to find your own way. You have to experiment, because that's really the only way you're truly going to learn. So use these videos, use courses or whatever as guidance, but understand having your own experience and trying new things, that's really the only way you're going to learn. And you'll discover that some of the things do match up with what people like myself say, and some things might not, but it's about experimentation, especially when it comes to pricing. So I'll see you guys in the next video.